Hello people of the web and YouTube, here. Welcome back to another hack time tutorial video. Whoa. So alrighty guys, as you can tell by the name of today's video, today I'm going to be teaching you how to install and download Virtualbox, as well as install and download Kali Linux. Now, to do both of these things, they're fairly simple, and to be honest, to show you how simple this is, I'm actually installing Virtualbox on this PC for the first time. The only time I ever installed Virtualbox on anything so far has ever been my tablet and my laptop. Now, to do this, it's fairly simple. All you do is navigate over to Virtualbox, hit download, and just download the version you want for your operating system. Now, in my case, I want Windows, so I just click Windows and it automatically download. But at the same time, I've already downloaded Virtualbox, but I haven't installed it. And you also want to download the extension pack, which I'm gonna do now because I just realized while I was recording this a little bit earlier that I did need it. So yeah, really the extension pack is just to allow 2.0 and 3.0 access to the USB hubs, and if you're using an external wireless adapter like I am, it is a must. But keep in mind, you don't really need a wireless adapter for Kali Linux to work. All you really need is your internal one, but keep in mind you won't be able to do any of the cool crap such as packet injecting and man-in-the-middle attacks and stuff unless you get one of these bad boys. Now, to be honest, I'm not going to go that in depth with today's tutorial, but with that said, how about we actually download Virtualbox, or well, I mean, install Virtualbox now. To be honest, it doesn't take too long. Like, the only thing you really gotta do here is just unclick certain steps that you don't want. In my case, I don't like start menu files, and I don't like quick launch bar files at all, so yeah, other than that, just hit install and we're good to go. But keep in mind, while you're doing this, your network may kick off for a second, but that's normal. That's just set it up right so you can use your normal wireless that's built in your system in Kali Linux to, you know, do updates and stuff. But like I said, you really want one of these external cards because your internal one won't work for squat in terms of actually being able to pen test stuff. But yeah, we're just going to start up Virtualbox now, and to be honest, there's a few things you can do beforehand. You can actually go and hit File, check for updates, and in some cases that will actually download and give you the Windows 2.0, 3.0 USB extension automatically, but in my case, as you just saw, that didn't happen, so I'm going to have to use that file we just downloaded. But other than that, go over to Kali Linux, download whatever image ISO you want. You don't have to burn it or nothing. But in my case, I'm going to be using the Windows Kali 64-bit Lite, just because I didn't have the time today to get the full version, and the full version wouldn't copy over to my flash drive, sadly. So yeah, other than that, I'm just going to be installing the Lite version of Kali Linux. So to do this, you just hit New, name your operating system, and I'm just going to put this as Kali Linux Lite, and basically hit Next. So yeah, anyway, where are we? Sorry, I had to kind of go walk off and check something. Oh yeah, we're on memory size. Now to do this step, you just really want to buff this up all the way. Just don't go in the orange or red, although you can if you want to. I'm not going to stop you. Just know if you're doing this on a tablet, you will significantly start draining the battery of it. But if you're doing it on like a tower PC, you can probably beef this up into the orange or red, but I'm just going to play it safe and keep mine in the green. And once you do that, just hit Next, and we're almost done. All that's left to do now is create a virtual hard drive. Now what that means is we're going to create a virtual space to install our operating system onto. Now, you do not want this installing directly onto your hard drive, or else it would pretty much mess up what you're using now to, you know, install this stuff. Now, to be honest, this ain't too hard. All you do is hit Create, and I'm going to leave mine on default, just like you probably all will. I'm going to leave it for VDI, and I'm going to hit Next. Now, I'm going to select Dynamically Allocated, which means it will grow over time. If I start doing updates, it will make the hard drive size a little bit bigger to allow more room for apps and such. Now, that's usually a really good thing, although you can set this for fixed sized, but then you're pretty much just stuck to the base system. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna set mine for about 10 gigs, I guess. Hopefully I don't mess this up, because I messed it up once and put an extra 0. Just keep in mind, if you do that, you're not completely screwed. You can actually back out and delete this, but yeah, other than that, I'm just gonna save it, I guess in the default folder, because it don't really matter for now, but you can select anywhere you want to put this, and it will put that virtual hard drive there. And in my case, when I'm gonna do this later, I'm gonna put it on my external drive, of course. But yeah, anyway, for the next few steps, this might be a little bit tricky. Now, you want to start the virtual machine up, and it's gonna actually ask you for your ISO or your disk image to install the operating system. Now, in my case, mine is on my desktop under Kali Linux. So let me find that really fast, and I'll meet up with you in a minute. So alrighty guys, I had some issues installing Kali Linux on my main PC, and basically it has to do with virtualization and hyperthreading, and I didn't really want to restart my computer. So yeah, forgive me, the rest of this tutorial is going to be done on my tablet, and as you can see, I've already selected the ISO and I hit start, and basically I went down to graphical install and hit enter, and well, we're just basically installing this as if we're installing it as our main operating system on our computer. But yeah, with that said, I'm at the step where it says to configure your network. I'm just going to leave everything default because I'm lazy, but feel free to change whatever it is you wish. And well, this is the one thing I will change. I'm going to call it rule, and I'm going to call my password rule, just to have some kind of security, you know, when I get this all installed. But chances are I'm not going to use this. I'm going to install it right away, considering I want it on this computer, not this one. But yeah, anyway, I'm just going to blow through these steps just to get everything up and running. But yeah, in the next couple of seconds here, it's going to say to install it to wherever your hard drive location is. And in our case, we're going to select that 10 gigabyte partition that we made, but in this case it's an 8 gigabyte one. I didn't make everything the same when I set this up again. But yeah, it's gonna ask us, where do you want this to go? And basically you're just gonna hit guided, use the entire disk, because this is actually pretty smart to a certain degree. It's already picked out the hard drive that we made, the virtual one, and it's telling us to install it there. So basically we're done. All you have to do is hit continue, and then hit yes, and then hit continue again, and guess what? We should be all good to go, and I don't think I need to show the rest of the steps here, because this will just take a while to do, but it's installing everything, and when it's done, it will boot up just fine. And if you want to, let's say, use your external adapter, which is something that's a must, you need to install that USB 2.0 to 3.0 extension. And I believe this one has it already on. We'll just go up here to File, Preferences, and we'll check. Because I think I installed that on here before I ever did it on this one. So, yeah, as you can see, if you hit Update, it will automatically download the extensions I found out. And right there it is. That's the extension to allow you to use USB Wi-Fi to Ethernet adapters, or USB Wi-Fi adapters. And that's it. When it boots up, we'll ask you to sign in, and you sign in, set up something like some of the other stuff like the clock, I guess, and that's basically it. Anyway, guys, it's pretty much the end of today's tutorial. I'm sorry it's all over. I did not expect it to not install on this computer, but obviously it didn't install because I had some settings changed in my BIOS. Damn you, Best Buy. I'm pretty sure this was their fault because I brought it in, well, the day I broke it, of course, and they changed a lot of the settings around. But yeah, like, it should install fine for you, and if it goes through the same issue like I had on this computer, my main computer, I should say, well, just go on your BIOS and change virtualization to off, and it should install fine and work. But yeah, anyway, be sure to subscribe and stay tuned, because I will be doing a lot more Kali Linux tutorial videos using this bad boy, and I'm going to attempt to hack into an old router that I don't know the password to at all, and hopefully that will make for a nice little cool series, as well as maybe making some reverse shells and stuff. But yeah, other than that, guys, like I said, I'm done with today's tutorial video. Again, I'm sorry it's all over the place, but yeah, I'm going to leave this off here. DTBK signing off. Peace. And well, yeah, it's plugged in. It should flash up blue just for a second, then turn off. Don't worry, that's normal. Yeah, the building is actually floating. I'm pretty sure that's not what we're supposed to be looking at, but